For people like myself who enjoy being in the outdoors, it's always best to have a little knowledge of what is expected of us and to know our responsibilities when we're out and about. To help guide us, there is something called the Countryside Code. This leaflet is from Natural England, but it's also available online. I'll put a link in the description box below. The UK has about 118,000 miles of public rights of way and about 865,000 hectares of open access land. Similar rights are being extended in stages on coastal land identified under the Marine and Coastal Access Act 2009. One of the best sources for information about land and public rights of way is an Ordnance Survey map. A 1 in 25,000 scale map is ideal. Areas of open access land are marked by a salmon pink outline. In remote parts of the UK, a compass combined with this type of map and the knowledge and ability how to use them together is a must. We all know how changeable the weather can be in the UK, so check the weather forecast before setting off. Conditions can change rapidly, especially in the mountainous regions and on high moorlands. Don't be afraid to turn back if you get out of your comfort zone. On that note, it's always been my personal opinion that there's no such thing as bad weather. It's about planning and dressing for the right conditions. Part of the appeal of the countryside is that we can get away from the rat race. We may not see anybody for hours, and there are many places without a clear mobile signal. So let someone know where you're going, for how long, and when you expect to return. On long national trails, such as 100-mile hikes or so, it may be a good idea to leave behind a map of your intended route and any possible contingency plans, plus phone numbers for hostels, B&Bs, campsites and hotels you intend to use. When taking your dog into the outdoors, always ensure it does not disturb wildlife, farm animals, horses or other people by keeping it under effective control. This means keep your dog on a lead, or keep it in sight at all times, be aware of what it's doing and be self-aware of your environment. Be confident that it will return to you promptly on command. Litter and leftover food doesn't just spoil the beautiful countryside, it can be dangerous to wildlife and farm animals. Take your litter home. At the end of the day, it doesn't weigh as much empty as when you carried it in. Now let's look at some symbols and signs you may see whilst in the outdoors. Footpath sign. This means open to walkers, way marked with a yellow arrow. Bridle way. Open to walkers, horse riders and cyclists. Way marked by a blue arrow. Restricted byway. Open to walkers, cyclists, horse riders and horse-drawn vehicles. Way marked by a plum-coloured arrow. Byway open to all traffic, acronym BOAT. Open to walkers, cyclists, horse riders, horse-drawn vehicles and motor vehicles. Way marked with a red arrow. National Trail Acorn. This symbol identifies 15 long-distance routes in England and Wales. All are open for walking, and some trails are also suitable for cyclists, horse riders and people with limited mobility. You can check the National Trail website for more information including maps, trip planning tools and trail diversions. There's a link in the description box below. Open access land is land mapped under the Countryside and Rights of Way Act 2000. It includes mountains, moorland, heathland, downland and registered common land. It's available to people for walking, running, exploring, climbing and watching wildlife without having to stay on footpaths. The subject of open access and your rights to roam is far too big a subject for this video and warrants a video all of its own. If you're interested in looking at more information, the links are in the description box below, although I may do a video in the future that explains open access in more detail. There is also negative access signs that may be used to mark the end of an area-wide access. In essence, this just lets you know that you're leaving an area, although other rights may exist including public rights of way. The importance of respecting people of local communities cannot be stressed enough. A few things to remember are: don't block gateways, driveways or paths with your vehicle. When riding a bike or driving a vehicle, slow down or stop for horses, walkers, farm animals and give them plenty of room. By law, cyclists must give way to walkers and horse riders on bridleways. Fires that are out of control can be devastating to wildlife and their habitats. Care should be taken with naked flames and discarded cigarettes, not just in summer but at all times of the year. If you're having a campfire, it should be kept small and be supervised at all times. Pine woodland and areas of peat are especially high risk. Fires can quickly take hold and become uncontrollable, and fires can even burn underground for weeks, if not months. 2 years ago, a huge area of moorland and heathland in Llangollen in North Wales was destroyed by fire. These images speak for themselves. Between October and April, control fires are set by local authorities and are used to manage vegetation. But if you do discover a fire that appears to be unattended, raise the alarm and call 999. It seems like there is a lot of rules to enjoying the outdoors, but most of what I've talked about in this video is common sense. Now you have the knowledge that weighs nothing to help you enjoy the outdoors. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video.